Greetings, people of Earth. My name's Melissa, and I'm starting this YouTube channel about my hometown of Painesville, Kentucky, and the Eastern Kentucky region as a whole because, it's a really bad place to live. And, some people might disagree, but then a lot more people will agree with me that it's really bad. And, it's just bad. It's just bad. But I just like talking about ranting and raging, more or less. I'll post on here as much as I can. I'm not going to do like the whole, I'm going to subscribe every Wednesday or subscribe every Thursday or whatever. I'll do it whenever I feel like it because I don't care. But let's get started. Just talking about Paintsville as a whole, it's a really small town, and it's just like a clique in high school. You got the drug heads, you got the emo kids, you got the normal people, you got the chew bugs, you got the rich people, you got the not so rich people, and you got the extremely religious people, and then you have the extremely non-religious people. And it's just all cluttered into one tiny town, and it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. But I moved down here to Florida about 4 or 5, 6 months ago. I moved down here in February, so I don't know how long that's been, but it's been a while, and I like it because it's not Paintsville. There's no hills, there's no meth labs, and all that kind of stuff. Which reminds me, I know that drugs is a serious problem nationwide and all that fun stuff, but you will never, ever, 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 ever find a drug problem as bad as Painesville, Kentucky as a whole. And I'm being so legit on this because literally the sheriff that we have in there right now is trying to get rid of the drug problem, and he's had a time and a half with it. It's so funny. But there's been so many meth labs, especially there was a meth lab explosion in the Walmart in Painesville. And obviously, I don't live in Painesville anymore, but I still know everything that goes on with Painesville. Like who's pregnant, who's getting divorced, who's getting married, and all that stuff. But anyways, there is a humongous meth lab explosion in the Painesville Walmart, and there's this guy that walked in and had like a shake and bake meth lab in his pocket, and then it like exploded in the bathroom and had his pants on fire and all that fun stuff. And they were like, well, who's to blame? Who's doing this? Paintsville's a small enough town as it is, so everybody knows everybody. So, like, especially if you see somebody walking out of the men's restroom with no pants on and you all of a sudden see a fire, and it's just like, oh my god, meth lab explosion. Wouldn't you think that you would know who that is, especially when the people are looking over the Walmart cameras and like, oh, who is that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Trust me, there's not going to be somebody from Louisa or somebody from Pikeville or anybody else that's going to go to the Paintsville Walmart and have a meth lab explosion. Who would do that? If they were going to do it to Paintsville, they would do it in their own Walmart. Would that make enough sense? Yeah. So why haven't they been caught yet? I don't know. But pretty much the drug problem in Painesville is ridiculous. Like there's even this guy that was supposed to be running for sheriff got busted trafficking pills, and I'm just like, what? What? Like seriously, it's so bad. Like, oh my god. And there's kids going to school with weed. That's no big issue. Everybody knows what that is. Everybody knows that people do it, and they do it in the bathroom, and they do it in the football field, or whatever they do it. Get over it. They do it. They're just cooperating with their teen angst, and they're just like, oh god, I'm rebellion. I'm smoking weed, folks. And then, like 3 years later, they're gonna become like either really strong marijuana addicts, or they're just gonna be like, yeah, I gave that up because I didn't like it, all that fun stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I smoked weed a couple of times, and I didn't like it too well. It made me feel weird. That's what it's supposed to do, but I didn't like it. So, but just another big issue that Painesville has is teen pregnancy. Oh my god. Teen pregnancy is an issue nationwide also, but ever since the show Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant came out, everybody's like, oh my god, I want to have babies and be on TV. Well, the closest person who's been on TV as a teen mom was that Leah chick from West Virginia. That was the closest person. Everybody's getting pregnant in Paintsville, and it's kind of depressing. Like, you would think it'd be 16, 17-year-olds, but it's actually devoured itself down to 12 and 13-year-olds getting pregnant. I'm just like, really? Why? And since they're barely old enough to have their period, you would think that, there'd be like 16, 17, 18-year-old guys having sex with them, which would be considered statutory rape and all that kind of stuff. But, the parents are like, oh my god, I'm having a grandbaby. Oh my god. And really, probably the main reason why they're all getting pregnant and stuff is because, oh my god, I want to get out of my parents' house. They're not letting me do anything. Oh my god, I'm 12 years old and I can't have a cell phone. Seriously, when I was 12 years old, I had a cheap ass flip phone and I had a Nokia. Learn to struggle, people. I mean, come on. But literally, like, it's just such a bad town. I mean, the only time it's really good, kind of, is Apple Day, which is like the first week of October. That's when they have all the nice cars and they have the great food and these semi-nice rides and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's okay to visit, kind of, but don't live there, more or less. I mean, but the people of Paintsville kind of aggravate me also. I mean, you have the nice people who really don't get on your nerves and you're like best friends with and all that fun stuff. And then you have the not so nice people who are like the drug addicts. You have the alcoholics. You have the whores. You have the skanks. You have the extremely religious people who really don't care what you do as long as you go to church. And, them people. And I can't stand them because, one, they try to shove religion down my throat, and I do not have a religion, so joke's on you. And second, they're just like, give me alcohol, or give me weed, or give me pills. No, no. Then you have the the bitches who think they're all that and think they're hot. And they'll be like, oh my god, duck face. Oh my god, I got a belly button ring. Oh, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I just showed my belly button, but you couldn't see it. But I'm just like, really? Nobody thinks you're attractive. They just, I mean, no. They like your pictures because you're a slut, because you're a whore. Oh my god! And then you have the chew bubs. They're like, hey, what's going on, man? Got a chew? You got a chew bub? Ooh, you drive a Chevy, you my best friend. Or you drive a Ford, you're my best friend. Oh, you hate Dodge, you're my best friend. Come on. And something else I want to talk about before I get off here is the places of Paintsville. I mean, you have the Arby's, you have the movies and the plaza, which is literally right next door to each other. Then you have the actual plaza where everybody hangs out every Friday and Saturday night. And that's where everybody talks about who they had sex with or who cheated on who. And they're all drinking beers and giving each other hugs and shooting off fireworks and the errands security alarm and all that fun stuff, which only happened on the 4th of July, but they still try to do it anyways. And then you have fights that go on there too. Some guys fight, but then again, the chicks fight. And it's funny to watch the chicks fight because it's not really a fight. It's not really fists and stuff. It's more like hair pulling and calling each other bitch about 30,000 times. I mean, that's pretty much how girls fight work. And that's also the place where people drift, they do donuts, they do burnouts, all that fun stuff. And then they compliment each other on their rides. Like, oh, that's a nice Mustang. I like that Mustang. Ooh, look at that Chevy. Ooh, look at that big old truck that Brody Mullins has got. Or look at that. Look at this. Look at that. How do you justify that? I mean, really. And then you have 6th Street, which is the drug lords hangout. And, there's cops that live up there, but, they usually look the other way. They don't really care all that much. But that's where people get really high. They get really fucked up. They throw beer bottles at each other, over each other's heads, get in fights, all that fun stuff. And that's where they also try to be rappers, too, which is so funny because, they're white. Not being racist at all or anything like that, but they're white and they try to be black. And I'm just like, no. I mean, you have your pants around your ankles thinking you're all gangster and shit like that. It's like the fucking 6th Street Mafia or something like that. Come on. We give you Twinkies. We give you oxycodones. You're fine. You're fine. You'd be good in the hood if you did that. And then you have the Painesville City Pool, which is where most of the people bath at. Yeah, it's true. People do bathe there. It's kind of sad, but it's true. And then you have Walmart, which is like the ideal date spot for everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did it myself whenever, I dated somebody, which, anyways. But literally, they'll show up in their prom dresses, or they'll show up in their pajamas at like 4 o'clock in the morning. They're like, oh, we're having a date night. Yeah. We've been together 3 hours, and I love him so much. Yeah, he'll take me to Walmart. Isn't that fun? I'm laughing at myself with that one because it's just so funny. But then you have McDonald's, which is where everybody hangs out. All the little high school relationships. They all hang out there while their parents wait on or come and pick them up after basketball games, football games, or whatever. I mean, that's where they all go. And then sometimes there's like the little drag strip at the airport that everybody goes to. And they just think, oh God, I'm a badass. I'm at the drag strip. I'm going to whoop the ass. And usually they're the ones that end up getting smoked and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of funny. And if you're not in town, then you usually go out 172 around Flat Gap and all that fun stuff, where you go out Route 3 going towards Inez and go up just random hollers and all that fun stuff. And you just get drunk in barns or go mudding or go to the flats and have sex and all that fun stuff. I mean, yeah, there's a lot to do in Paintsville. Okay. But I just basically wanted to do like a little overview of Paintsville, that you guys know what I'm talking about. And when I say this, that, or the other, you'll be like, oh, wait, she mentioned that in the first video and all that kind of stuff, you know? So I'll be ranting a lot about people and about what they do and stuff like that. I mean, that's just how I am. I like to rant and rage and voice my opinion. I'm very opinionated, and I like to say it and not care what anybody else thinks, because, you know, it's still a free country, I think, and I can still voice my opinion without potentially the FBI getting on my ass and all that kind of stuff. So subscribe to my channel. I don't really know what it says. I'm still new to the whole YouTube, my own personal YouTube thingy. So subscribe and maybe like it. I'll give you a cookie. And bye.